Hey, how's it going? My name is Mike. This is FBTV. Today on FBTV, it's telephone, faxes, and email. Oh my. And how you doing today? My name is Mike. This is FBTV, Freight Broker TV, where we provide free freight broker training. And actually, to set the record straight, you probably figured this out by now. There's no way we can really go in depth on training. Now, we have a consulting company that has consulting packages that include in-depth training where you're going to get hands-on with different tools, programs, software. You're getting really in-depth training where you're really learning. What FBTV, the Freight Broker TV, is for is, well, if you're an experienced broker, obviously to provide you information, news, and things like that that's going on in the industry. But not only that, if you're thinking about making a career out of transportation or in transportation as a freight broker agent, this is the place you need to be able to get that free information before you go out here and spend a lot of money to get training either from us or anybody else out there. I know there are people out there that are saying you don't need to pay for freight broker training, but you have to ask yourself, who do they pay to learn the business from? You can't just start it. Well, you can. You got to find somebody that will contract you first to work as a freight broker agent, and you're going to have to find somebody that's going to be pretty patient with you, okay, to be able to get started. But that's really not the way you want to start. To be honest with you, back, almost 3 decades ago, that's how I started. I've been on the trucking side of the industry and decided it was time for me to get off the truck. And I did something that I would not recommend to anyone. I bought a small fleet. That is a video for another day. But I'll put it this way. Within a year, I was able to get rid of all my trucks and focus on brokering full time. I was making enough money. The thing is, what a lot of people don't understand, yes, you can make a lot of money with a truck. But you also have to understand, you've got a lot of expenses with the truck. Fuel, breakdowns, paying a driver. Don't forget about the DOT. They want their share. Insurance. Just, it goes on and on and on. The brokerage side, hey, you've got a pretty fixed overhead that isn't that bad depending on if you're an agent or a broker. Obviously, if you're the broker, there's going to be more of an overhead. But the overhead is basically fixed. Your load boards, your TMSs, and things like that, and internet, telephones, you're good to go. Okay. And you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money as a freight broker. Now understand that a lot of money I'm referring to, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. You've got to build your business, get up there to where you are making money. And basically the way you're going to do that is lane building. Okay, we're way off topic, but a lot of things we'll be talking about in the future here on FBTV. I want to remind you, if you haven't noticed, we got our coffee mugs. Okay, coffee mugs are available for you. We got the Freight Broker TV logo there. Then we got the FBTV, like you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen right now. If I was to take this and I think if I put it over here, I'm making a mess. Everything's backwards on the camera, okay? But anyway, kind of like what you see down there in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Well, no, it'd be your right-hand corner, wouldn't it? My left hand. All right, anyway, we're getting way off topic. But if you're interested, these are 11-ounce coffee mugs. You can go to our website, freightbrokertv.com, and order as many as you want. Okay? Happy to give them to you as long as you give me some money to buy them. Okay. Okay, telephones, faxes, and email. That's what we're going to be talking about. This is going to be a supplemental video. Telephone. A lot of people always asking, hey, what kind of phone should I use? What kind of phone? Can I use my cell phone? Yes, you can, but you probably don't want to. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you right now, if you were planning on using, if you're planning on using your cell phone if you're planning on using your cell phone, I would spend the add a line function, $10 extra a month. At least that's what I get charged for it, $10 extra. And get a separate number. Okay, get a separate cell phone number. You don't want to be giving your personal cell phone out to your customers or trucking companies or drivers or anything like that, because believe me, they will call you at 2 o'clock in the morning if you give that number out. Now, I don't recommend cell phones unless, it's just one of those you've got to do something. You've got to have a cell phone. You don't have money or finances to do anything else. But what I would seriously look at is a VoIP phone. A VoIP is Voice over Internet Protocol. And you can pick up one of these phones and get a package that's going to give you 800 number, which you really don't want, but you got toll-free minutes. It's going to give you 2 local numbers, okay, 1 main number, 1 rollover. It's going to provide you with a fax number, PBX type system. You don't want to use a PBX. And when I say PBX, you've called the companies, hey, thanks for calling. If you know your extension, you may enter it at any time. You don't want that as a broker. That's taking time. Understand that a trucking company, if they're calling you about a load, man, they don't want to waste 30, 45 seconds going through all them prompts. They want to be able to talk to somebody immediately. So if you've got a VoIP system and you've got that set up, the PBX type stuff set up on your phone, take it off. Have it ring right through. If you don't know how to do it through your control panel for the VoIP, call your VoIP provider. They will talk you through it or do it for you. Okay, because you want that phone to ring through. Now, the other thing about VoIP system, you've got fax capability, because generally these VoIP systems, the business systems, you've got your business lines, you've got the voicemail, obviously, you've got the PBX type system, and you've got a fax number in case you need to have a fax number for a customer, trucking company. Be it you need to fax something, receive a fax. Now, understand the way the fax system works with the VoIP system. You're not actually plugging your fax machine in. Okay, you don't need a fax machine. What you're doing is taking the document in a PDF format and attaching it. Okay, well, you would log into your VoIP control panel, and you would attach that fax to the whatever you're going to fax it to. Select file, and you select the document you want to fax, then enter the fax number, hit your enter button, and away it goes. Okay, so it appears that you have a fax machine. If somebody sends you a fax, that fax is going to go to your email, and it'll be as an attachment, and you can print it off. So it's pretty nice the way they got that set up. Now, the nice thing about the VoIP phone systems, and I always recommend this to my clients, if you sign up for a VoIP phone system, yes, you're going to pay $5, $10 more a month, but don't sign a contract. Most of these VoIP systems will allow you to sign up, use their system without a contract. I don't like utility contracts. Here's why. You get that VoIP system, you find out you don't like it, well, you're locked in for a year or whatever it might be. If you cancel it, you're going to have to pay money. Maybe something goes wrong. You don't want to get started working as a freight broker and then decide, I don't really like doing this. I don't want to do it anymore. Now you're locked into that payment for a year. So start out without a contract. If you're able to do the telephone system without a contract, that's how you want to do it. Okay. And then, you've 6 months, 8 months into it. Hey, this is what I want to do. Everything's going as planned. Yeah, tell them you want a contract. Save yourself that $5, $10 extra a month. Now, the other thing about VoIP phone system is you can purchase a telephone. You can purchase the VoIP phone, and it don't plug into the wall. It plugs into your router, your internet router. Okay. Just plug it right in, and if you purchase the phone from the company that you're getting your VoIP service from, it's going to be pre-programmed, ready to go. Okay. You know, when we first started using the VoIP system, what was it? 2000, I guess it's been 10, 11, 12 years ago. I was really skeptical. You know, think Skype back in those days. You know, VoIP phone systems, I was real leery of it. Because back in those days, if you were using Skype, it sounded like you were talking in a barrel and fade in and out, you know, the whole 9 yards. And it was very inconsistent, you know, phone quality. Last thing you want to do is be on the phone with a customer or a trucking company and sound like you're talking through wax paper or something like that. You get the idea. So I was real leery of it. But anyway, we decided, okay, we'll go with the VoIP phone system. We ordered the system, got the phone, and I was really, honestly expecting a Fisher Price plastic cheapo $2 telephone that we paid $130 for or whatever. Got it out of the box, plugged it in, and I'll tell you that phone, you can't see it, but it's on my desk 12 years later. It's one of the best business phones I've ever had. Okay, but those are available. You know, they Polycom, and there's a lot of other phones. I'll just tell you right now, yeah, that's what mine is a Polycom. Okay, now you can go to Office Depot, you can go to Best Buy, whatever, you know, and Staples, not trying to leave anybody out, maybe even Walmart, I'm not sure. And you can buy them off the shelf. But I really don't recommend that, because if you buy it off the shelf, that means you're going to have to program it. Now, if you know what you're doing when you're programming it, that's one thing, but I'm not that smart. And even if I am that smart, I don't want to waste my time programming a telephone. I got other things I could be doing to make money. Or other things I could be doing, like going to the lake and going fishing. Okay. You know, you're going to get it just as cheap, if not cheaper, by ordering the phone from your VoIP company than you would if you went down to your brick and mortar store and ordered it, or bought it. You know, so save yourself a bit of time. That's my recommendation anyway. You can get a good VoIP phone for $125, $150. Okay. Now, what kind of price? What kind of monthly bill is it going to be if you're using a VoIP phone? You can get a 2-line phone, or have the 2 lines. You would have the fax number, unlimited long distance. The PBX type setup, voicemail, the call forwarding. Matter of fact, where is mine? There you go. They've got apps you can put on your cell phone, and I'll explain more about the apps here in a minute. But you get all that, and it's going to run you, I think packages start around $50, $60 a month. But remember, it's one of those communication devices, so you're going to have to pay all the fees and 911s and stuff like that as if you got it from AT&T. Okay. I think for, one broker, one agent, phone on your desk working, you're probably looking at about $70 a month. Okay, so that's not too bad. If you went through Ma Bell, the telephone company, I'm thinking it's going to cost you a lot more. Okay, because well, I remember back in the day, we used to try to use our residential phones because residential was cheaper, and I know we're talking dinosaur days, and lots of things have changed, but I haven't had a landline like that since, or anything like that through Ma Bell or anybody. But I know AT&T, they would monitor your phone, and if they saw a lot more, if you had a residential line, and they saw that your usage was going up, yeah, they call you. If they caught you answering the phone like a business, they'd turn your phone off. Just that simple. You had to they'd force you to buy a commercial line, which I get it, but they don't own the telephone systems anymore. But if they still do that, you can get a VoIP line. You're not going to pay the exorbitant price. Before we got this VoIP phone, I think with the 800 number, 2 or 3 lines, the long distance and everything like that, I think our phone bill back then was about $500-$600 a month. So we went from $500 to $600 a month down to like $70 a month overnight. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, I told you I was going to tell you about the phone apps. You know, I'm not recommending any VoIP company. You can do a search on the internet, and they're all going to be about the same. They're all going to be pretty much close to the same price as far as that goes. And they are all going to pretty much offer the same perks. And one of the perks will be a phone app. And these phone apps are really, really sweet. And what you can do with your phone app is, let's say you're out of the office. Okay, you got your phone set up, so if somebody calls you, be it trucking company, shipper, if you're not in the office, maybe you had to run an errand, maybe you had to go to the store, maybe you had to go pick up the kids at school, whatever it might be. You can set your system up so if somebody calls you, it will automatically forward the call to your cell phone, your voice app. Okay. Now that's pretty standard. Okay, that's just simple call forwarding. But let's say you're out of the office and you need to call somebody back. Well, you just open up your app. I'm not going to show too much of this, but because I don't want it to look like I'm recommending this company, because I'm not. Yeah. Where is it? There we go. Yeah. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, you open it up. You open up your phone app, and you've got that dial pad right there, that dial pad. Okay. So you can actually enter the number of the person you want to call. Or if somebody left your voicemail, you can just go back into your app and find the voicemail, hit the call button, and it'll automatically call that number back. But, okay, you're out of the office. You know, like I said, you may be at the store, maybe taking the kids to school. Maybe you're out on your boat fishing. Okay. The thing is, when you call whoever you're calling, it's going to show up on their ID as your business phone. So it's going to appear that you are calling them from your office. And that's great, because you don't want to be giving out your cell phone number. Because believe me, people are going to call you after hours, and you really don't need that. You know, you put it in, you know, you're working hard throughout the day. There's nothing a broker can do after hours anyway. You know, you think about it. You know, a trucking company calls you at 2 o'clock in the morning. The driver calls you, hey, just to let you know, I'm going to be late. What can you do at 2 o'clock in the morning? He could have gave you the same information at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you could have gotten more done. You know, you could do something then, but 2 o'clock in the morning, you don't need that phone call. But you get the idea. All right, telephone, VoIP, check it out. Email, 2 words, email signature. If you don't have a signature set up on your email, set one up. All right, set it up. It should be your full name and your phone number. So that way, anytime you send out an email, be it a brand new email or a reply, it's going to automatically insert your signature, your name, and your phone number. This is going to be very important when you're dealing with shippers or trucking companies. You send that email out. You may do it already just like I do. You know, if I want to find somebody's phone number, I will search my email and pull it up, open the email, there it is. So it's constant contact. Okay. Now, one last word about the email. Don't use your personal email address for your brokerage, for your broker operation. Go set up a new one. Okay. They're free. You can go to Gmail, whatever. You know, 10 years ago, having a Hotmail or a Yahoo email address or something like that wasn't too cool if you were a business. Today, it's widely accepted. I mean, it's just widely accepted. So go out there and set you up an email at Gmail or whatever, and just for your business. Now, the other thing, too, for those of you that might be going to work as a freight broker agent, all right, that's fine. You go to work as a freight broker agent, you contract onto a freight brokerage company. They want to give you an email address with their extension. And what I mean by extension is at their website.com. Okay. Usually a business email is going to be, you know, your name, maybe first letter of your first name and your last name at, you know, your company.com. Okay, if they want to give you an email like that, don't argue with them. Take the email, but use it only for inter-office communication only between you and that freight brokerage. use the email you set up to communicate with your customers and trucking companies. Now, here's why. If you're a broker agent, chances are someday the time is going to come that you want to go to a different company or even start your own brokerage. Well, if you've set up an email address with that brokerage you're contracted to and you've been using that for the time you've been at that company, all your trucking company contacts, all your customers have that email address. When you go to leave, you're not taking the address with you. And that company is going to go through there and they're going to get all that email. You're not going to have access to it. So if you have your own email address, it'd be a Gmail or whatever, that's not associated with that company. When you go to leave that company or do whatever you want in the future, start your own freight brokerage, you're not going to have to change a thing because all your previous contacts, be it your shippers, your customers, trucking companies, whatever, they've got your email. No need to change anything. All right, hope that helps you out. This has been a supplemental video. Let's see, a couple of things here. Hey, if you got questions, if you have questions about anything you see in the video, or you've just got questions maybe that we haven't answered yet, or you're not getting answered, feel free to comment below. You know, add a comment down there in the comment section. Ask. You know, we're happy to answer the questions. You can go to our website, freightbrokertv.com. We have forums all over the place. Matter of fact, just about on every post we make, there's a form there. If you got a question, fill out the form, ask your question, submit it. We will answer it. But yeah, ask. Okay, there is no stupid question. Usually, the question that isn't asked is the one that's going to cost you money. So ask. We're doing a podcast now. The Freight Broker TV podcast, you can find that. We got one episode in the can. It's already published. You can find it on our website on the podcast page at freightbrokertv.com. You can find it on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, any of your favorite podcast apps. You know, we'd appreciate it. You subscribe to our podcast. Not only the podcast, click that subscribe link below, hit the bell, help us out. Help us out. Help us grow. We want to keep making these videos and making them available to you, and we're hoping they are helping you. Share our videos. Tell people about us. Have them come to our website. Matter of fact, I watch Jimmy Houston sometimes. If you like fishing, you know, he's got that fishing channel. He doesn't live too far from me. I'm in Arkansas. He's over in Oklahoma. But, you know, just like he says, hey, you know, share our channel with, you know, or our videos with your friends and have them share them with their friends, and we can grow this channel up. So need your help doing that. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Telephone, faxes, emails. Oh my. Good morning, my name is Mike. This is FBTV, and I'm injured and bleeding. Hey, I'm willing to bleed for you if it'll help. I'm so full of it.